Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ubisoft Gaming League, the worldwide edition again this time. So I'm here with Jean-Benoit. We're going to do the match, so a little recap that it's a friendly company league with just employees playing together for fun. So we hope you're enjoying us and the games. We're going to have great games today again. The players who are involved sent us the best replay. We picked them out specially for you. It's going to be great. So before we start, Jean-Benoit here, our little expert on the results so far, is going to tell us how it's going in the tournament. No spoilers of the game today, however.
No spoilers of round 4, I would say. But the first 3, of the games today, I should also prevent that. Okay, so in Group 1, we've seen, a lot of games because two players have abandoned the group. 2 players are going on vacation in the next weeks. So we've already played pretty much the whole of the group. There's only a few matches remaining.
Is it already decided who's going to pass to the bracket phase?
Nope. There's 4 players still in. There's Alexander Weiberg from Malmo. There's Damien Levaufre from Annecy. And there's, the 2 people you're watching right now.
All right. What about Group 2 then?
Group 2, we have Vincent Coutinho-Soufflet, which is a Next Master player. He's currently 3-on-3 in his group. There's also Master player Gregor Ehrenstein from, I believe it was... I again don't remember which studio he was from. I think it might have been Malmo, actually. But he's 4 out of 5 in his group. So currently, you could say a favorite to win. But there's also Maximilian Stolz and Frédéric Plat in that group. All 3 of them have already won against each other. So.
Pretty tight group.
Yep, a pretty tight group indeed.
Moving on to Group 3.
Yeah, Group 3 is, less of a tight group. In fact, there are 2 players, Jean-François Deschamps and Simon Gastin, who are high diamond players there, so stand undefeated. So really it's going to be hard to contest
You
them
say this,
wins.
but there's also Casper and another player who seems undefeated so far, although they only have 2 games played.
Yes, and I believe one of them is by default. So
it sure doesn't help to know the level of those players, but we seem to have a trend.
I think Casper is either a gold or platinum.
Doesn't mean they can't win, though.
Yes, indeed.
And finally, Group 4.
Yeah, Group 4 is a deadly free-for-all melee in which people of Diamond League all struggle to keep ahead of each other. So we have the league distribution is diamond, platinum, 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 gold, silver. So we've already had close games. We've had people beating like A beating B, B beating C, C beating A. We've had stuff like that happen already. So it's definitely going to be very close to determine who gets to go on. Again, there's 2 players from each group that are going to go on. And they're going to go into an 8-player single elimination bracket, which is what is planned at the moment, at least. And so it's going to be tightly fought in order to get that spot.
All right. So let's start already with the first game we're going to play today. So we're going to see which of the replays our little admin here had selected for us. So Game 1 seems to be on the map Cactus Valley, so it's Joker versus Wiki.
Yeah, Jokerlove against Wiki. So it's Daniel Valentin Ionescu here from Bucharest against someone else from Bucharest, Dragos Florin Sandro. And so Jokerlove here is our random player here in the tournament, a high platinum, I believe, random player. And do you want to?
Yeah, all right. I was just waiting for you to finish presenting them. So in the bottom right corner, our red Terran, who's the random player for this tournament, Joker.
Yay!
And in the you can do it.
And in the top left, the other player hailing from Bucharest, we have Wiki
as the orange Protoss.
Yes.
So Terran versus Protoss on Cactus Valley. What do you think?
Protoss on 3 base is a dangerous thing? That's my first reflex.
It's a huge map. So, of course, Protoss on 3 base is a dangerous thing, but there's a lot of drop play that's available on this map. You can come from the top for Terran, you can come from the bottom left, well, to invade the main directly. It's pretty easy to actually drop from the third to the main, and the Protoss is really having a hard time to actually move his Stalker and Zealots around.
Which third would you prefer on this map? The one that's in straight line with the expansion, or the one that's closest to the main?
It depends against which race I'm playing. In this case, since the Protoss is playing against Terran, I would go for the top ones. Because as I said, it's too easy for Terran to actually drop from the main to the third if you actually take the closest one.
Yes.
Because of that, it's very, very hard to defend. Few Colossus might do the job because they can actually walk down and up that lane.
Yeah, but
Colossus alone can get sniped, and that's very, very bad. So far...
you would know that.
Yeah, I would. So far, Terran's doing a pretty basic entrance with 2 gas already. So we might see a fast Reaper.
Oh, yeah,
expect,
that's
or
probably
maybe
going to be...
mech.
Oh, but the depot is going to be
depot's in time,
time.
so the probe cannot scout those gas timing, which is kind of huge.
Yeah, it's very important, especially since like this is one's base play here from the Terran. Like Terran's usually going 1 Rax expand against their Protoss opponents.
That is correct, but Protoss making sure there's no hidden base at the third, or just making way for a later proxy pylon. SCV scouting, trying to see something, but missing the probe so far. So he's just scouting to find the Protoss base.
So about the players, so Dragos here is our Protoss player. Not know too many things about him really. Like he's I haven't seen him in any previous tournaments. However, Jokerlove has already played in well before UGL even existed actually, in the first edition of the in the StarCraft World Tournament, you could say.
That's correct.
He managed to get to the finals where he got 2nd place.
It's interesting. So we have the Reaper moving out. He's going to scout the Protoss base. There's nothing there that can stop him, so he's most probably going to see everything, which will give him an advantage because Protoss still has no clue what's coming on.
But there's no Stalker. The Protoss decided to go for a wall and a Zealot, which is not going to be very helpful against the Reaper here. The Reaper could get so many kills.
Yeah, first probe to go down already. The strife to surround, but the Joker was on point with this.
Yeah.
The workers trying to move out.
Yeah, and meanwhile, all the workers are not mining. So sometimes when you do against this is you send a few probes, right?
Yes, that's what you try. But the Mothership Core is going to repel it. So I think there was only 1 or 2 probes that died. I think only 1, actually.
2. Reaper has got 2 kills.
That's correct. So two kills. Might be a third
And
one here. There's not
93,
much that this probe can do to escape.
And
there
here
it goes.
Jokerlove showing that he won't stand behind standard play, going for double starport on 1 base here
That
behind
said,
this attack.
there's no SCV production right now for Joker. So he did 3 kills, but the SCV just started now. He got a little distracted from his micro. We have a Zealots here who decides to betray his base. I guess that's nervosity from Wiki.
Yeah, or
hopefully he's gonna find out before the pylon dies.
Or that might be to let the Stalker move out of the base. You think that could be the case?
Might be, but there's a hole on the right, so he should be able to move out. The Zealot was standing there earlier. And the pylon goes down, so maybe it's a mistake. I think it is. Might be
Yeah,
to
there's no
let the
supply
Zealot
block.
stack.
But meanwhile, the Reaper went back into the base and trying to get his
another
4th kill.
few more kills. And
we go.
this could hurt because it's killing the workers that are actually mining gas. Now there's only 2 workers in the gas, which means Wiki needs to realize it and actually put another one. Otherwise, it's going to be way late on gas. That said, even though Joker has made a great play and taken a great advantage with his Reaper, we have Wiki on 2 base and Terran's still on only 1.
Yeah, although the Nexus is still making, so before the Nexus is done, no mining is being done. So it's still pretty close at the moment.
It's correct, but the CC not being on the way will give a lead later. That said, we have mines, and I believe medevac on the way. So we're going to have... do we have any detection for Wiki? I don't think we do.
Oh, I believe... Well,
oh, it's a Banshee. It's not a medevacs.
Medevacs might follow, but this build... Actually, I could talk about this build because I used to do it back in 2011. So basically, here's the strategy. You hope they don't have an observer, and you hope really hard, and then you win.
There is no observer, however, so it could be cloaks on the way. It's almost done, so this could actually end the game right here and there.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be very hard to maintain. Like, there's a forge, but the cannons will. I believe there's
no. There is no forge. There is no robo. There is almost nothing Protoss can do. He needs to snipe the Banshee as soon as they get in before they cloak.
Yes, with the two stalkers, yes.
And even then.
Oh,
there's not much.
This is gonna be terrible.
And he doesn't even cloak them. He doesn't need, so he's keeping his energy.
Yeah.
And the stalkers there, they don't even need to cloak. They're actually gonna kill it.
And getting the stalker kill. This is immense damage already. This is almost game.
The probes need to escape to the expansion. Finally, robotics facilities might be done, but it's never going to be done in time. Banshee hesitating of killing it and decides that they're going to go, but with Cloak, even the photon overcharge, there's not much Protoss can do. Pros are dying. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 17 pros that died.
Oh, the damage.
That is a lot of damage.
And we already have 4 Banshees here, but the Observer in front
is almost away. How many Stalkers are there left? Only 2 and 1 now. They're all dying.
And 0. What will kill the Banshees?
And there's 4 Banshees. And there's enough energy for another photon overcharge, but now the Banshees are killing the Stalker thing. The cybernetic core, I'm sorry.
Yes.
But with the detection, they finally can do something. But those 3 Banshees are going to deal so much damage. The second Banshee dies. Finally, Wiki seems to be trying to repel it.
Yeah, and he's managing very well considering how bad the situation was when the 2 first Banshees entered the base.
So there are so many probes that died.
Meanwhile...
And those Banshees are out of range.
How many probes are there still on the map? There looks to be about 15. But meanwhile, while those...
we have 22 to 27 workers. So Terran took back the lead. Now the expansion of Terrans went up. So the advantage Protoss had for making an early base is actually pretty much gone. Yes. There's more Banshee coming, but now the Protoss is ready.
Oh, we can see the Tor here trying to move out. So the Tor is going to be trying to follow with this attack here. But the command center... the mules have been thrown at the Terran's expansion.
Protoss tried to attack on both fronts, but the Banshee is fine. But it does not do the damage it hoped to do.
Yeah, meanwhile, the other Banshee, like, distracting the Observer in the main base.
However, there are so many Banshees, like, Joker is really committing to Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, and at this point, when you have more and more Stalkers warping, it's going to be very hard to be able to kill those Banshees.
That said, if he does kill the cybernetic core, that's going to be a huge deal.
Yeah, but he should be able to prevent
so close.
this.
I don't think so.
There's so the Zealot. The Zealot standing guard and not letting the Stalkers move out. I'm under orders. No one passes through. And preventing the Stalkers from defending the core.
Really hardcore to actually defend to. There are Banshees everywhere. The Observers don't know where to go. Everything's cloaking left and right. Another pylon goes down. The damage of those Banshees is tremendous. Banshees cloaked are coming back, trying to make a few more kills.
Yeah, do we have a number of kills on those Banshees? Like, there's probably commanders by now on the individual Banshees. We have a recruit. We have another recruit.
The thing is that Banshees keep dying too.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's been like, what, 7 Banshees produced from the start? And the Banshee's barely gonna get out again. So
which means it can come back one more time.
Yes.
The Stalkers don't know if they should move out, try to go snipe it, but if they do that and the Banshee comes back, there's a problem. 2 more Banshees going in the main, killing a few more probes. We're at 25 probes dead now, and still counts going up.
Yeah, so the reflex here from Dragos not being quite on time.
And not
with
targeting the weakened Banshee. Oh, he tried to now, but the Banshees would just outrun the Stalkers.
Yeah, meanwhile, we can see also at the base of Joker, he went and expanded, is going with Tor and Banshees. However, he's floating 1.7k of minerals.
Yeah, so but he killed 28 probes.
Yes, that might be able to compensate, I would say.
And it's still going up, 29. And the Banshee finally falls. But it's not before 2 more probes die.
Yeah, and here we have the 2 Banshees. Hey, nice hiding spot. Can I hide here with you? But I believe those could be in range of the Stalkers if he tried. But no, he's not. He's going to let them leave 3 Stalkers for the defense, and then try to rebuild again. He's making probes, trying to come back into this game.
trying his best, but Terran now has 2 base and a lot of Tors. Even if the Protoss manages to actually kill the Banshee with his Stalkers, he has nothing against the Tor attack that's going to come next.
Yeah, but what does Wiki even know about his opponent? Has he scouted? Does he know? He has no idea that Tors are on the way. He's probably expecting a bio army by now.
He's way too busy. I'm not so sure he's expecting bio army. When you see Banshee...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
When you see Banshee, most Terran goes mech next. But that said, he still has no idea. We have a Raven on the way, which would allow Protoss to kill the Observer or a DT counterattack should it come.
Should it come.
But we can see Wiki is not making anything towards DT tech.
Yeah, it seems like he does not share the adage when behind Dark Shrine. So here he's trying to take his 2 more gases. He's going to go for a tech. He has an army mostly composed of Stalkers, so Stalker probably immortal, or is that be
it's the right call, because if your opponent has a Raven, DTs won't do anything, and it's super expensive. So let's try to see what's in, but then he died.
So now
he saw the mine, he saw the Tors, he saw the bunker, he knows what's up.
The immortal should be started right away.
There's not much no doubt about it.
Like the only
we have the third of Terrans on the way too. Now, well, that's it. The Terran's moving out. This army of Tor. Do you think there's something Protoss can do against this many Tors, tanks, and?
I don't think so. The only possibility would have been some kind of a counter-attack in order to slow down the push. But next, there's gonna be sad. Oh, maybe there was a lag here.
Either that or a few Banshees died. We might have missed the fight somewhere. That's it. Oh, no. What's sad is they actually found the pylon when he dropped his command center.
Yeah, the pylon which was placed at the very start of the game but couldn't be...
Now, Protoss thinking is third too,
yeah, but will it be scouted?
Will it be scouted? But even if it's not, this army could just slaughter those Stalkers. Like... Here goes the Observers just getting sniped, the tanks getting into position, so the Stalkers will move out, but they're just gonna get burned.
Trying to attack already into the tanks.
That's Shipper's moving out, it's died, everything's dying. There's nothing Protoss can do. It's the GG.
The mech army here exploding the Protoss army, and there we go. We have a 1-0 in favor of our random player, Jokerlove.
Congratulations to Joker. So, second game, we'll be casting 2 other players, which is Davenine versus Dramon. Damien Le Fauve.
Yep, so Montreal against
Montreal. NC? Sorry, NC. Yep. So Damien Le Fauve from NC versus, in the bottom right corner, the red Protoss, Davenine, which is me, David Gadouri from Montreal.
Yeah, in the top left, we have the orange Terran, Dramon. So
both players are still very much in the game, as you said earlier. So this is one of the past games that's... we have a Viva UGL here, which our player from NC didn't seem to know what UGL was. So for people who don't know, it's Ubisoft Gaming League. It's what you're watching right now.
If you don't know by this point, you're probably watching this stream randomly from the internet, in which case, welcome to the stream.
So, as we can see, Davenine telling your player, that's what you're playing for. All right, so Terran builds first base, first supply depots, doing his workers, everything going fine.
Yeah, so it looks like no proxy pylon, not anything shiny from the start. All right, in case we just cast it indeed.
And they did, or we did in this case. All right, so scouts from
oh yeah, that's an early scout. Yeah, so we see here Dan already announcing that he's not going to go. Well, I'm not expecting a Vespene Geyser to go down right now because usually the Reaper can be the first scout. So that probably means either, but he's still going to go for a refinery. So it's an early scout that could be followed by a Reaper. So I wonder what kind of timing he's searching for his opponent. Maybe he wants to make sure he's not getting
all-ins. Yeah, that might be it, actually. You want to see, is there a first base expand if there's no Nexus, you know? It's a small map, so it's easy on this map to actually go proxy 2 gates.
Yeah.
Now he knows that's not what's going up.
Note, actually, it might, well, I'm not sure if it's intended or not, but the timing of the SCV would have been precisely on time to stop a Nexus first.
Actually, the SCV building a refinery in the Protoss base, which is going to prevent any kind of early gas play. Yeah, early DPs. So that said, Protoss already had one refinery, which It still hurts,
Yeah,
actually.
so
as
it's a
Protoss,
very
this still
it's a
hurts.
very good move against Protoss here. A very sneaky move. So
It's
a
very
lot of
aggressive.
Protoss like to go for those early two gases, sometimes only to get two probes on in each gas and go for the mothership core.
Yeah, Mothership Core, Stalkers, everything as Terran goes
but
back.
the
And the
block.
block of the probe right there at the entrance. So actually, we have them actually taking a vision lead at the very least,
Yep.
if not...
Scouting advantage.
Yeah. Terran's going for 2 gas too, and Protoss
Oh.
cannot. There's a Zealot trying to kill the refinery, which can get cancelled because as we can see, the SCD, sorry, didn't actually finish it. Will we have a cancel? No, we
no.
don't, but could have
Okay,
been.
but there could have been this, saving a few, a handful of minerals, but you have to keep on point sometimes to be able to cancel this, and sometimes you're busy producing other buildings, such as this beautiful factory.
There's a
maybe in the
Reaper
main
looking
of
for
the
a
Terran
proxy
base.
pylon that does not exist yet.
Yep.
But we see a probe going top.
So again, Dramon here being very overly safe, scouting all around the base with his Marine. And is he going to be able to see the probe? No, it seems like he scouted and the probe.
But the Marine's actually still is moving away. The probe, it's sneaking in.
It's sneaking in. Is he going to see
gonna
it?
see it?
The
It's
range
so
is
close.
barely out of range.
Barely,
of that
but no,
pylon.
it's not seen. It's looking for a proxy pylon, doesn't see it, doesn't see the probe, but the Reaper's moving out. Protoss actually just took an expansion. So Protoss going for macro play, the Mothership Core moving out, but the Reaper sees it and just moves out thinking, oh, I'm going to win a little time,
Yeah,
go
meanwhile,
from somewhere else.
there's a tech lab being made in the Terran's base and a starport, so we could see Claude Banshee here against Protoss. It would be impressive, yeah. But we already
be-
saw that today. So
Yeah,
it
we
would
saw
be
the Reaper actually
Claude
going to make a
Banshee.
few kills. The workers trying
Oh,
to surround.
yeah.
Oh, it
No, going back and not taking Alice probes, so he only taking a few. But the
one
move
kill
coming, yeah.
already. The Stalker's coming back trying to save the day, but the Reaper
Yeah, the
just
Reaper
moves
will get
away
out
with
for
2
sure.
kills.
Yeah, so still a very good scout. Again, being able to know, like, by seeing that the defense was outside, you can guess that the Nexus has expanded. And seeing no proxy, he's probably thinking, well, by now, I'm totally safe to expand on the low ground.
That's how he missed the pylon, which was built exactly where the Marines were
Indeed.
here. Mothership Core moved out, trying to harass to make sure the Reaper doesn't come back. Actually moving out to with a few Stalkers and Zealot too.
Yeah, to put a bit of pressure here, it's going to be built a Rarpin from the pylons. So here, Davenine, yes, is going to be able to put a bit of pressure on the Terran. And is the bunker up? There's no bunker making because of the scouting information.
But there's two aliens, but they won't do much against a Stalker and a Mothership Core and 1 Marines.
Yes.
And
Like,
one's that and moving out, the attack.
Yes,
Yes, a
I-
target fire on the
yeah, so
Right.
he's going to be able maybe to cancel that command center unless he has enough to be able to...
But there's
there
a
we
mine
go.
and there's no detection.
Yeah, so he
That-
managed to place it.
Protoss saw it, moving away, but the Zealots fall instantly to a mine hit.
Yeah, but there we go. But is this going to be enough? Again, according to statistics, I would like to remind that Hellions do not do well
Protoss
against
target
Mothership
firing the Mothership Core,
Oh, but the
Kill
mine
the
is being
SC
barreled closer. The Stalkers... Oh! But the hit
a
of the
huge
mine.
hit of the mine, actually. The
Hitting the
Protoss
star.
tried to probe the cancel or destroy it. Everything's falling down and then... Oh no, it's survived with 15 life points! That's a
Oh my
huge deal
God.
for the defense of Terran.
Yes, there was 1 Marine at that defense, and that Widow Mine hit, like, Davenine should have come back, like, he should have pulled back further, because he would have prevented the hit on the mine, and he would have gotten the CC for sure. But now, because of that mistake, and because of the Marine not being targeted, the
Protoss
Mothership
really
Core
wants that command center to fall.
Oh,
But
yeah, but
the
there's no
mines
2
are
more
gone because
Stalkers.
they're inside the dropship that's going to attack the Protoss base relatively soon too. But Protoss keeping the pressure on, so it's going to be multi-pronged. It's kiting the Marines, but
Yeah.
with a medevac there and a new mine, this could change everything in this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the drop in the base. So there's 1 Stalker here, but it won't be enough once the drop starts. There's 2 mines cast to pull the probes already, but the Hellions could do a lot of damage. The Hellions can kill the Stalker, the mines are in, and boom! That's a big explosion on the Hellions.
It is, but a few probes still died. those Stalkers trying to push, but they can because of the mines trying to move in, harass a little bit, but there's now too many Marines, mines, and with the medevac, they have to retreat.
Yeah, the defense seems done, but already some other units could be warped in because of the great number of minerals banged here from the Protoss player. But how many warp gates are there? Like, if there would be 6, he could use them all.
You have to take notes that there's a mine, and the Protoss only now has detection. Actually, it doesn't even have detection yet.
Oh, yeah,
Try to kill the mine before it burrows with probes, actually. So that was so close.
Yes, but it's a good call. It's a good call because if the mine could have went in, it would have been very hard. Like the observer would have had to go around.
The expedition is actually in lockdown for a long time because there's still a mine in there that's preventing any probes from mining for a long time.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stalkers. At the moment, Davenine could also choose to go into Damien's attack into Damien's base because of the little defense there's there at the moment, and there's a Banshee making, which won't help against Stalkers.
Yeah, but we see Protoss going for the Colossus stack. At least the Bay, now the Observer's there, is going to go for the mine, trying to finally regain his expansion.
No. Oh, that would have been a golden mistake.
Stalker's gonna fall, so's gonna be the pylon dead, the Praxi pylon. So Protoss' chance to actually keep the pressure on from this pylon is now over.
Yes, but there's still like not enough like in army supply. There's I believe a lot more army supply for the Protoss with that observer. Like some pressure could be applied, but maybe Davenine will choose to stay defensively in his to protect his second base.
Well, Protoss taking 1-1. Worker counts is 40 to 41, so it's pretty even. Both players have 2 base. Another drop coming from Terran. Terran managed to actually deal a lot of damage, but seems to not have managed to take such a huge lead out of it.
Yeah, but the Terran, I would say, was still in the lead because isn't that the 3rd CC being completed at the moment?
That's correct.
In the main base?
3rd CC, so Terran's gonna have his 3rd base pretty soon. But that observer is well placed and actually sees the drop coming.
There we go.
When we have a reaction, is it seen? Yes, it is. The Stalkers are moving. Targeting it, it's retreating, and will it fall? It's gonna hit. Oh, it does with everything in it.
Meanwhile, the Banshee with
from
Cloak.
Damon.
Yeah. So the Banshee with Cloak, he could do damage. 1 kill, it could get around 6 kills here because there's 2. So the observer has to come back.
We have a Cloaked Banshee that's going to save it from the...
Yes, so already 4 kills.
The
we have
overcharge.
5 kills.
5 for the Banshee, actually. Maybe a 6th one.
And the Observer, where is the Observer?
Is far.
Oh, the Observer's coming back.
It's moving back. But then again, the
How many kills on that Banshee now?
It's at 8 kill. It killed 8 probes. There's no detection there. The Stalker's moving out. A 9th probe. Now it's 47 worker to 39. Protoss taking back his lead. Like, my drop didn't work, but the Banshee falls.
Yeah, the Banshee
finally
intercepted here. The detection coming right on point as the Stalkers go up the ramp and the Banshee
workers
dies.
killed by Terran against 2 for Protoss.
Yeah,
49 to 39, and the Protoss, yeah, Damien actually is taking his 3rd base. Protoss moving out, knowing this hurt way more than it should have, and since he killed medevac full of units, there might be a chance the army's big enough.
And that's his chance, because the 1-1 upgrades are about to finish. The damage was done to the army. He just lost economy. So right now,
but that's so many Marauders.
Dramon has to know
so many Marauders. But it's moving out, trying to see if there's a 3rd, and actually finds it when it's dropping. So it's moving out, trying to kill the 3rd, preventing the Protoss to actually take the lead. But the Marauders are coming out.
But
this
could be
hurt.
Caught, yeah, they could be caught between the
again, Protoss target firing the Nexus.
The command center and getting it. So the 3rd has been killed, and now the Terran army is not big enough. There's not enough Marines.
But with bunkers there's nothing the Stalkers can do against so many Marauders in mine.
Yeah, of course, a Stalker Colossi army is not the best specialized force I would take against an army made almost exclusively of Marauders here. But without the Marines, the advantage for the Protoss is that they can use Zealots to prevent the opponent from closing in.
Yeah, but I don't think Protoss has legs already, or however it's called now.
2010, that's too soon. The upgrade is still Protoss legs.
Protoss is going 2-2. But Terran going 1-1, I think.
Going for the 3rd CC, making it again. And the upgrades, that's +1 attack.
We have the Dark Shrine going up for Davenine.
But what are the upgrades for Terran at the moment on the bio? Like, they seem maybe to be behind
one attack is going up. We have...
so we have 0-0 against 1-1 with 2-2 making here. We have only +1 attack currently making for the Terran.
And now Protoss is taking his 3rd base, which means even though there was a lot of economy issues, He's not out of this yet.
Yeah, this is still a close game. Anyone's win. And both third bases are being made, but already a fourth command center being made for the Terrans. That's the good call. The Terran guessing that the Protoss is going on 3 bases, or probably having scouted it, don't know. But
I don't know if Terran's fearing DTs, which he's right, because the Dark Shrine's on their way, but he's building a turret before bringing the CC there.
Yep, a common reflex usually when you don't have the money to place the CC
Scans
already.
of Terran actually saw the third, so he knows Protoss actually taking his third, knows where.
And he now knows that the fourth command center will probably give him the macro advantage in a few minutes here. So Dramon here already playing very well, I would say, knowing how to get ahead of his opponent in terms of macro.
Yeah, but sadly, there's only one upgrade being made at a time for Terran. So he has one attack, one air attack too, but he's building one defense. That actually Viking finds a Colossus out of position, dealing damage to it. But
here the kiting hard against that Colossus.
That actually made the army go back and win a little time. Let's all stick together, guys.
Yeah,
we all need to pass from the same. The Protoss army is splitting again because of this map's location. Mine's not borrowed, so this is a good hit for Protoss.
Yeah, and it's a good time to hit because it's the price pressure
just checking the DTs, but there is none.
It prevents the third from going in again, and will the third fall again? Oh my God.
DT's on the other side actually going to prevent the fourth too. But there's so many Vikings there
are probably going to kill all the Colossi here.
One Colossi down. Is there going to be a second when they're moving out? The DT is moving inside the base, but there's detection and they're dying. And this is a huge loss for Protoss. He didn't stop the fort, and all the DTs died, which is so expensive.
Oh, wow. So the DTs could have went into the main, but they tried to go for the
Let's look at the production loss tab.
Yeah, to the unit loss. So we have our pretty balanced units killed, worker killed, also kind of balanced in this game. So it's a very close game. But the Terran here taking a slight lead because of that big loss in DTs. And again, that fourth base is going to give him, it's going to prevent him from being behind from that third base loss.
Protoss now sending probes to his expansion. Terran doing the same thing. So both players on 3 base. The fort had been repelled, but the command center is still up, I believe.
And Davenine here switching out his unit composition, so we can see DTs, Templar Archives, and Immortals, so really adapting to the army being mostly made of Marauders here.
That said, there's more DTs just getting killed by this planetary fortress.
Will it fall in time? Okay, there we go, the turret gets repaired. So the SCVs were trying to attack the DT, but the priority is holding the turret.
We have the Templar Archive on the way, but all those DTs, 3 more DTs working in. I don't know why Protoss will keep doing that after so many has died.
But
it's
maybe
so
it will work because the army is not there. So
but there is detection and there is the
planetary
fortress.
Yeah,
army's getting moving out, but the scan is still sight, and the
Terran's
getting pincer it between the bunkers and the army. The Colossus fallen.
There we go. The
Protoss
is not expecting this. He's going to place force fields. No force fields, so the Bio army is going to tear apart this Protoss army here.
Down, all stalkers going down.
Totally caught off guard.
This is a slaughter.
Yeah, this is very big damage here, but we can see the turret
trying to target the turrets.
The second turret will fall, so the 2 DTs here.
But there's a scan, well, DTs just die, and this time the pylon is seen. Yeah. So the pylon is going to fall too.
However, the upgrades in a few minutes are going to be 3-2 against 2-1. So there's still a Protoss, an upgrade advantage for Protoss.
It's going to be 3-3 actually.
Yeah, and at the third here we can see a few. Well, there's enough SCVs mining, so there's still kind of a balance.
But the army supply is so much in advance for Terran.
Yeah, the Terran has a great lead.
133 to 88.
Yeah, and we can see here again Dramon playing his macro, going in 4th CC behind this.
Protoss has the lead in workers, but he has no army. 2 Immortals, 2 Stalker, 4 Zealots. It can't do anything against this many Immortals.
And Dramon is gonna go for the kill move here. This is probably gonna be able to finish the Protoss. Oh, but 2 scans. Those are costly scans considering that the
yes, but it's not the cannons. And actually going to prevent him from attacking.
Yeah, so there we go. The Bio army is engaging and it's going to be able to kill the army.
The scans are there to prevent any DTs to reach the army, but Protoss knows
there's
only DTs can go back and save this. But the third has no cannons.
Oh, but there we go. The DTs are doing damage already. There's probably no more scans for the Terran as he tries to retreat. There's a 4th CC making here, so he should have energy.
Another
It's soon
4th
enough.
CC.
Yeah, another 4th
But the
CC.
huge army deciding to move from
Oh,
the other
and
side
the
of the
Bullshit
pylons,
Core.
and this is terrible for Protoss because there's nothing you can do. Your army cannot move behind the mineral lines. All the workers are gonna fall. They
Yeah,
have
and
to
there we go.
retreat.
So, and this is critical damage here in this game. So, like this last mining, there's still 1.5k in the bank for Protoss, but this damage to the last, well,
And the
the
scan
main
here will
mining
make
base.
the DTs fall again.
Oh, but there's 1, 2 DTs barely remaining. They're mortal. Oh, but the
Martel's
Vikings
landing
are
because
numerous enough to finish
there is
it.
no more Colossi.
Oh, and we
And
can
then
see
the
all the
fort tried to
probes.
move away, but there's nothing they can do. There was an army there waiting for them.
And the Protoss player here really like thinking smartly, what's the only way he could win here? If there's not enough scans yet, he could decipher the army. Oh, but the drop is going to be on the other side of the minerals again. So what can the DTs do?
Scan seeing the DTs, but the
Yeah,
army's on
they
the other
can't
side,
kill
but
it,
still,
though.
it's taking down the third.
Yeah, so Terran's
Protoss
here,
already have 3
confirming
bays.
his lead. How is Protoss going to be able to come back from this? He needs to do damage to the Terran player.
At this point, there's nothing much Protoss can do. I mean, he took a hidden expand on the bottom left, trying to
go for that hidden
he needs
expand,
to do
so-
something, but
Yeah, so
this
hidden
will
expand
be
and
very
DTs,
hard to come back from.
Yeah, it's very hard to come back from, but it's
And
still
there's
possible.
a Raven with the army now.
Yeah,
So the DTs will stop making some damage very soon.
Oh, but there's 3 turrets here. You can't really attack into those 3 turrets, but Protoss doesn't know yet. So 1 turret goes down with nothing killed. The other turret goes down. There we go. But the
Raven
DTs,
arrives and all the DTs die.
Yeah, killed by the splash damage of the planetary fortress, and the detection of the turret was still valid in that range.
Now we have Protoss trying to desperately take a third and a fort, trying to bring back his economy, but he has no more mineral.
But
The Terran's sitting on 1,000 minerals.
And the supply
has
is 150 against 80 here, so really the army is so big, but the Vikings not being really useful
And
here.
Terran taking a fourth and a fifth at the same time. Workers moving out for the base, but they saw the army and have to retreat and go back to the main. Protoss is starving there.
Yeah, and the army is so big, but there's still cannons, so there's not enough bio here to pierce through the cannons. And since the Vikings are not that useful anymore, the Terran cannot finish the his Protoss opponent, so so he should probably check the 4th. But there we go. The army of the Protoss is getting out. There's DTs in there. There's Immortals.
Yes, but there's a Raven,
There's
so
not
the
enough on
DTs
the
will not
ground.
be in use. That said, you're correct. Terran has no ground units there almost. They're all dead now. So he's gonna have to retreat.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Well, he's
floating-
trying to land the Vikings, but
Yeah.
that won't be enough against this Terran army. This,
And there
this
we go,
was a
he's gonna
mistake.
have to retreat.
He's gonna have to retreat, that's correct.
And
That's, that said, Terran, Protoss didn't do that much damage. The army there was not all over there. It was only a small group trying to harass and prevent expansions. So if Terran does what he's doing right now and retreats, he's still in advance.
Yeah, and you could call it a macro mistake here from Dramon because like during this attack, there was like there was about 3,000 resources floating here that would definitely have helped
Few
to
stalkers
defeat the
suiciding
Protoss.
themselves. Protoss trying to prevent expansions because he's been so late on the
Yeah.
economy. He needs to see finding the
Oh.
fort under construction.
But they've
so
done
he's moving
here
out, but the
attacking with-
army's coming and
Attacking
there's
with
not
only
much.
a few units, that's probably not a good idea because the army is big enough. It's
Saw the army and moving away. Doesn't try to kill the command center this time. Moving back to
so
attack, but
Protoss
there's
has
too
to
much
move
stuff.
out. Davenine has to retreat here.
And the Immortal will
Dramon
fall.
coming,
There's nothing it can
steaming.
do. It's slowed.
Yeah, steaming in, and he knows that he has this. He knows he can just go in. But is he going to be able to scout this base? This would really help the Terran confirm the win here. But Dramon doesn't know, and as long as he doesn't know, the game is not won yet.
You say that, but Terran has actually 5 base, while Protoss has 4. He's actually a third on Protoss again. So he's moving away from the hidden base, so Protoss still has a chance, but there's only 2 workers in there anyways.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the choice of tech here from Terran is continuing to make Marines here, so taking a few geysers more. The production is not that there's not that many units going out here. Meanwhile, on the Protoss side, there's no units being made. There's 1 probe, so probe being sympathetic here, like saying what's up.
But what are the upgrades too?
being assembled.
That's a huge deal. We have 3-3 almost finished for Protoss.
It is finished actually.
It is finished.
And for Terran,
And
2
for
2
Terran,
2.
it's 2-2. So it is an advantage for Protoss, but it's not that huge considering how much the army lead is in favor of Terran.
Yeah, but now that only Marines are being made, 3-3 has been started for Terran, but Storm is on the field. The temperature is stormy. This could change everything.
A few good storms could actually deal a lot of damage, but there's only 3 Templars. They need to hit.
Yes.
And the
is it
army's
gonna be
coming.
enough? There we
Both
go.
armies meeting each other. How's it
He
going to go?
doesn't- He
No one
hasn't seen
sees
yet the Templar. They don't
the
see each other.
Templars
Oh,
are
and
moving
there we
out.
go.
There's a
Yes,
attack
they move
storm.
out.
Such a
Oh,
huge
the
storm. Army
storms.
moving out.
The storm's
This is,
doing
but
terrible,
this might
terrible
not be
damage.
enough.
Yes, but the
All the zealots are falling.
Yeah,
but
and
so is the army.
there's one more storm here.
Oh,
for the
actually,
player
Protoss
being
repelled
able-
that with
Yeah.
the 3-3. That's correct. Protoss
Yeah, so
has 3-3,
Terran-
so the zealots are dealing a lot of damage with that storm. Terran cannot do it.
Fall back. They're gonna fall
Everything's
back onto
inside
the
the
planetary
medevac,
fortress.
however.
Fall back on the Predator Fortress, and here we see
The DDs
a
and
special move
zealots
from,
are falling from this
yeah.
attack.
So Davenine here thinking maybe he can take this fight, but against the Planetary Fortress that can get repaired.
He's trying to
Soon takes
retreat,
his
but the
senses.
Marines with STEM are
And
actually
settle back.
kiting, but the
Oh, a
storm!
storm, small storm.
It's such
excuse
an
me.
even fight.
Yeah, it's a very close game.
And 3-3 is getting built for Terran. This will even the odds of the armies, and like army supplies has evened out, but Terran has one more base.
Yeah, and now Terran here taking back again the production of Vikings here.
And we have Terran going for a 6th base at the gold.
But why? Like, what is the Protoss army made of? Like, what are the unit composition here for Protoss?
Stalker Immortals, Zealot, 1 DT, and 2 Templars.
Yeah, there's nothing of that in the air. So Terran currently going for Vikings, even though the Protoss has nothing floating except for the mothership core.
He's probably fearing comeback of the,
comeback of the Colossi.
because he has a strong bio army.
Oh, but there we go.
Is, but
He's gonna
it's
go in,
moving
do a
out,
few
killing a
damage.
lot of probes, however.
Is he
But
going to be able to snipe the Nexus? He's trying to fight the army here, but he can't fight this fight. He has to go back. He can't really afford to lose this army. And there we go, it's going to be obliterated. So the Nexus cannon here, he decided to stay to try maybe and snipe the CC or to
Terran
bait
attacked
the army.
just
but
before
he didn't
3-3, so it was a
manage.
little bit early. Did a little bit of damage, but not enough.
Yeah,
making
that
Protoss
attack was
actually
not
back in
well
the game
timed.
with 139 supply to 126.
Yeah, so the Protoss here still harvesting at this secret expansion that the Terran doesn't know about.
But
Like,
Terran just
20
took the
meters from
gold
there.
and has 2 more bases. And there's a lot of workers not mining at all.
But the Protoss now has the supply lead. What is the Terran supply in now? What is the army composition? In the units, current units. Press U.
We have,
we
have 64 to 83 workers, so most of the supply for Terran is actually the army.
Yeah, and most of the supply for Protoss is in probes, and 84 probes actually. I would say that's a bit too many.
The
probes
army arrives
sometimes.
just at the same time
Oh,
as
but there we go.
the planetary fortress finishes, so it's going to be able to
so you
defend,
need
but
to
there's
repair.
so many
You
units.
need to repair the planetary
Yeah,
fortress,
but there's only
too
one
much.
SCV there. But
Yeah.
there's a counterattack at the same time at the Protoss base. There's attack on 2 sides.
Yeah, the 2
Target
bases will
fire
fall.
inside
So
the
it's a base raid here.
base
The
race.
planetary falls.
Planetary falls. The Protoss base doesn't seem to fall yet, but the workers have to retreat. And they're moving up top straight into
This
another
game.
planetary fortress.
This
The workers
game,
are like,
David,
"What are
this
we doing?"
game. What are we watching?
Protoss base falls.
And the probes, why are
And
the
it's
probes doing there?
135 supply to
Streaming in
135.
line to fall into the hands of the Terran here.
So we're going. It's moving into a base race. You have the Protoss attacking the other the other Terran base,
And
killing it
getting
with
the other
DTs.
planetary fortress. So again, there was not enough SCVs, and the army, the whole of the army seems to be attacking the Protoss here. So there is no defense for the Terran's bases.
But the new expansion from Protoss will fall too.
Yeah,
but
already.
We get a cancel on this one.
And there's a Marine. There's a very important scout, the
we
Marine
have
at
a
the bottom.
cancel. There's a pack of Marines. The army coming back, trying to defend, to pincer the other army,
Yeah.
or at least defend the 5th, 4th base.
Yeah.
Losing count.
So the key point here is Davenine going to be able to defeat
there
Dramon's
are so
army
many
here?
Ravens now.
Yeah, enough Ravens to make sure with
The
those
army
turrets.
pincering
Oh,
from both sides.
Yeah, going from both sides with those zealots, but there's so many turrets. It's
There's
still a
turrets,
big
a
army,
few
but
storms,
if he
DTs
manages to
moving
kill,
out,
he's gonna take a
storms
huge
going-
lead.
And the Terran's army seems to just fall this time.
Yeah, but the supply lead is still in favor of Terran. We still have 36 Marines, 4 and 4 Ravens, 4
Protoss
Vikings
is
here for
sitting on
Terran.
3,000 minerals and gas.
Yeah, how many bases are mining for Protoss? I think 2. 2 for Terran, 2 for Protoss. So it's still a very close game with a very close supply. And because of the defeat of the Terran army here, the Terran should gather his army to be able to defend one of his 2 only mining bases here. Because otherwise it's going to fall. The repair, is the army going to come in time? The repair, the SCVs are struggling to get around. Oh my god!
There he goes! Falls just as the army arrives.
Yeah, and now the army could even position to be able to defeat the Terran army, but the Terran army is very big. So,
we have the
Davenine should probably retreat here.
The Stalkers are being useless because of the Raven's sentry turret. Is that how it's called?
I believe it's auto turrets. Oh, but the storm, the flank of the storms here from the Protoss, a very good move. Oh, but only one storm was shot and was not that accurate. And all of the Templars died.
The army of the Protoss actually falling down, melting.
Yeah, one at a time.
Kill the Ravens, but there's so many Marines. And there's a command center there who's going to just replace the one who fell.
Yeah, so we have, again, once that command center can get back, we'll have 2 mining bases on both sides, but both players are floating at
and now there's Colossus back.
It's a very chaotic game.
Are there Vikings left?
Yeah, so...
No, there's no Vikings.
So
and there's 2 Colossus. All the Vikings died in that last battle.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And then because of that's going to go back to the fear of... So you see, Dramon earlier making those Vikings against those Colossi that did not exist, and now he won't have enough in time. So here we go. Dramon is going to move in to make sure...
Terran expanding just as the Terran is arriving. Is going to provoke a cancel on that base.
About that.
Not even. It's just a kill on it.
By now, he probably thinks he has the game won.
And he has a bigger army supply, too.
Yeah. But,
and everything's at 3-3, but they are Colossi.
Yeah,
and now he knows.
First. Will he choose to engage?
He's engaging, but... Is he engaging? No, Protoss actually moved away behind the pylons. Terran moving out.
There's 4 cannons, you know.
No Vikings against this many Colossi you need. I'm pretty sure Terran is making Vikings right now. Good look, the prediction. Yeah. Vikings on the way.
So Protoss here could continue here the DT harass and Templar harass to make sure that that 4th doesn't mine.
So Terran took it 2 other bases and Protoss another one. So it's still a lot of bases versus a lot of bases.
Yeah, indeed, because after all, that turd, don't forget, that turd
still has minerals in it.
So I figured
there's a medevac full of units actually flying over the army.
Yeah.
But there's no stalker there. And what the hell is
he's going to see the stalkers. He's going to go to the left and maybe he's going to be finally able to
The Blink
scout.
actually tried to catch them, but it missed. Moving into the main to drop, so
where is the Terran army during this time? The Terran army is coming back. It was on the north. He's got to come in time to defend that planetary fort. Oh, but
yes, but there's not enough units. Yeah. Oh no, it's coming back actually. There might be enough, but the planetary fort will fall down. The army's moving in. There's so many zealots.
So now Dram getting in. Oh, but the Marines are on move command. Dram, no. But there we go, the move command. Oh, the slaughter.
But the Vikings are destroying the Colossi.
Yeah.
All the Colossi fall.
But there's still enough army for the Terran to hold.
Yes, there's actually a bigger army for Terran than for Protoss.
And 7 Marines are walking around on patrol like, hey guys, what's happened at the base? Why is there no base? Are those zealots? Painful death here for this patrol that did not expect this attack from Protoss. So we see here Davenine taking a huge lead. What can Dramon do against this lead of Protoss?
That said, the Terran army is still the biggest. Well, it's pretty even because most of the Protoss supply is in probes.
Yeah, where is the Terran army at the moment? And like there's... Okay, so Terran is still macroing, but now the big bank that Terran had
all game long. This DT is going to find a lot of workers,
a lot of juicy workers. And the workers
are detecting it's not a good place to be
Imagine you're an SCV, you see another SCV in front of you, sliced in 2. And then you think, what just that slice?
And the army's right there catching the retreat path.
Yeah, so again, time and time again, we see Davenine being able to outmaneuver the Terran player here, always attacking where the Terran is not.
Oh, now that's a huge deal because now I believe Terran has no more working bases.
Yeah, and so we see here Davenine really taking the lead by knowing where the army is and attacking where the army is not. And Dramon does not seem to be able to cope with those consistent, very strong attacks on his bases.
A huge battle is approaching each other. There's an engagement here.
Oh, but the Terran army is very big, but there's so many zealots. So really, it's going to be the kiting of the Terran that's going to decide the fate of that game. but he's not attacking, he's not kiting, he's just retreating for now. But because of that, the command center will fall.
Yes, but because of that, Terran was managed to actually take another mining base.
Yeah,
Moving back to try and attack with
there we
medevac
go.
this time.
He's going in, and all the zealots are suddenly dying. There's the kiting here is going to be able to get a few. So Terran is not done yet. But how many SCVs does he have? He has 24 SCVs, and he has
On one base.
command center mining, and they're like some SCVs are not even currently mining. So it's a very desperate attempt here. He has to make sure his micro is up on spar. And we see more stalkers. The Vikings could land here to help against the zealots. There's so many zealots. The upgrades against our
But
type.
the Marines are moving behind the minerals, preventing the zealots from doing surround.
Very good move from Dramon.
And now the Vikings finally come and lend a hand.
Yeah, who knows? It could be desperate, but at this point, the Terran could attack. Oh, but the move coming again. Their zealots are dying. There's still more Marines. There's still enough for Dramon to have the better army, but he has to prevent the Protoss player here from mining. That base is like the two bases at the bottom are almost
falls,
mined up.
but detects the mining base.
Yeah, and there's, oh my god, no, never mind what I just said. It would serve no purpose to prevent mining from the Protoss, because guess what? Davenine has 5.5k in the bank.
Yes, but he has only 200 gas, which means he can only spend that on zealots. How many gateway does Protoss have?
Let's look. Well, hopefully 15.
It's on buildings.
There we go, around 10?
9 right there.
9.
But
So-
I believe there are some at the hidden
Oh,
extensions.
but there we go. DTs are gonna start again.
But they
So-
just die, so it's not painful.
So Dramon here, yeah.
Yeah, we have 9 only gateways. So even if he has so many minerals, he cannot
He's gonna
use
be
them.
able to kill
And
the command
Protoss
center.
finally finds the mining expansion. Probes are trying to get away, but the army of the Protoss is there too.
Oh, but so this is Dramon's only hope.
But
he has
the
to kill his
Protoss
army.
is not all there.
And the medevacs are there defending the army, and the Protoss army is
It's
falling.
falling over again.
Yeah.
There's another trade. Protoss killing everything.
Oh, but the
Templars
storms are probably
coming.
going to go to
But
hell
we have
here.
the storm is so good.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, very good storms. But there's still Vikings. This is so close, but there's so many zealots, and he can still warp more. So the Terran here, Dramon, this was like he had to kill that base, and he lost the fight to those storms. So he really lost a key battle. It's getting very
now the
desperate here
army's
for our
moving
Terran
to
player.
the Terran. And we have the
and
GG.
there we go, the GG. Wow. That was a pretty close game. What hour is it? What time is it? Do we still
Actually
have time for our last
lasted
game?
47 minutes. StarCraft minutes, but
Yeah,
still.
StarCraft minutes. Do we
Wow.
still have time for a last game, maybe?
It's 12:55.
Okay,
By the way,
well,
we're
it
done
looks
for the
like
day.
our last game would have been from Group 2. Yeah, still have time.
We have
it's
time for another
apparently-
game.
Okay, yeah. So,
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. So we know in advance this game's gonna be short. Spoiler alert.
yeah, okay, so this is one of the games
Who are
from
the
Group
players?
2 here.
In the bottom left, the red Terran. It's Max S. So
Maximilian
Gaston.
Stolz here. I wrote in the-
Maximilian Stone, right? Sorry.
Yeah. Maximilian Stolz, hailing from, I believe, I wrote it, Dusseldorf. He's coming from the Dusseldorf studio here. And on the bottom, sorry. Yeah, that was Maximilian Stolz. Oh, wait, no. So in the bottom left was Maximilian Stolz playing Terran. Sorry, I thought he was playing Protoss.
That's what I said.
And in the bottom right,
We have the blue Protoss, TMZ.
yeah, and TMZ here is the name of the account, probably on the European ladder of Vincent Cottineau Soufflet, who's a ex-Masters player, so or currently a high diamond, I believe. So he didn't play that much in the last year, but he's
He
still
got
on shape.
eliminated in the UGL Montreal, right?
Yeah, he got eliminated in from group play actually.
Yeah, actually,
And,
it was by me, if I'm correct. Am I wrong?
I think.
I
wait.
might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't totally remember, but no, he got beaten by GF from Group 3 and me from Group 1.
All right.
Yeah. So, but Vincent here, a very high-level Protoss player, so it's 1-1. So this is why this game is so interesting, because I know that like the score was 1-1, but the best of 3. Like, who wins game 3? Because like Vincent was well expected to have a great advantage in this group, which in which there's no other. I believe there's no other diamond player. and Maximilian here being able to put him on the ranks. So so let's watch this third game here. Will Maximilian be able to kill the monster from Montreal? We'll see.
So Protoss scouting the opposite side, not seeing the Terran. TMZ eventually moving down left and finally finding the Terran base, but it's walled in, so there's not much he's going to see, except one Marine. So he knows there's no fast Reaper coming.
Yeah, so Max here going, I believe there's a refinery yet taken. There's 120 gas still.
With no Reapers,
probably a
the Stalker was not started yet.
Yeah, so we have a factory here, but it's probably not going to be a very aggressive build because I see no second gas taking from the Terran, so it could be a factory expand, like a tech-intensive build into expansion.
Yep. So Terran, but Terran's on one gas, however, like you said. So.
Yeah, that's why there could be a CC.
But so is Protoss, so it's one gas versus one gas.
Oh, but it could also be a Hellion build. Huh. When's the last time we saw Hellions against Pro? Oh, never mind, it was earlier.
Actually, it's three Terran versus Protoss today. Interesting.
Oh, but it's not going to be a Hellion, some kind of blue
So
flame
3 gates for Protoss
because we have the
with the
stim
proxy
here from
pylon.
Yep.
And we stem from Terran, so...
So we see here TMZ going for a very all-in, well, the classic 4-gate build, against which it's hard to defend if you expand early, but against
Protoss has not expanded.
No, I mean, if Terran had expanded early, it would have been hard to defend, but now he's probably going to be able, if he makes mines or a starport in this case, let's see what his choice will be, but he should probably be able to hold.
A little probe trying to kill a supply depots.
Yeah, so Max here seeing the, seeing the probe, thinking it annoying, stop killing my buildings, the probe answering, of course, by, well, being a robot. So
and we have a very proxy pylon. Protoss is going very aggressive.
Oh yeah, definitely. And no makings, and we see no Marines making yet. We see a Marauder. We have how many Marines for the Terran? So 8 Marines. So that's still, that should be enough, but a bunker should be there soon because the Terran has scouted nothing. He doesn't know. So he has a few units, but he has no idea that the pressure is coming here. And the mothership core is probably right there incoming, yes. And the first supply depot is going to get attacked.
This is going to hurt.
Yeah, very much so. And so there we go. The Marines are coming. It's going to be, well, he should be able to hold here. Max should be able to hold. He knows what's coming. Yeah, but when the time you see this, you already know that it's a 4-gate, of course. But he's going to lose the supply depot. He's not going to be supply blocked. But there's no units making. And he's trying to engage on the ramp. And he's going to get time warp. The time warp very well placed here.
Forcing the Marines to retreat.
Max retreating here.
Finally, the medevac shows up, but the bunker's constructing.
Strength of the 4-gate coming in the base, being able to move in, kill the bunker.
Being pulled.
Pulling back, killing a few SCVs here. This could do a very much damage. Oh, putting a bunker, but is it going to be too late? There's not enough here.
The Marines are falling. The CVs are trying to attack, but with so many Zealots and Starkers, what can... There's Marauders, but...
they have stim, they do have stim, but the bunker falls. Yeah, and so many units.
Stop so many
here, the
units.
deadly 4-gate here from sorry, his name in the game is
TMZ.
TMZ. So TMZ known for his very strong 4-gate build here, and using it in game 3 for that very important game, and then
there's the mine coming.
Yeah,
what's gonna do? There's no more
units.
CVs.
There we go.
And there goes the SCV moving out. So as we say, it was a pretty short game. Terran cannot do anything else. GG should be coming very soon.
Yeah, well, the
Marauder dying, Marine
hope, but you know, in this best of 3, but it's going to be very close.
And there's only 2 SCVs left.
There we go, the Zealots. Oh,
there is a nice hit.
Well, that's a nice hit, yeah. But how many? There's 1 Marine, 1 Marauder for Terran, and the supply is 46 to 16.
There's even a pylon producing inside the Terran base.
Yeah, so well fought from Maximilian here, but it's going to be a 2-1 here from our player from Montreal. So well fought, and it's going to be GG, and that's going to be it for today.
That's going to be it for today. We hope to see you again next week, Thursday again, I believe, at noon.
No, I believe it was planned Monday.
Monday? Well, we'll have info soon.
Be Monday.
So it should be Monday at noon. Montreal time, depending where you are, that's a different time.
Yep.
If it's not Monday, we're going to make it another day.
And
It
we're gonna
always
make sure
depends
to
when
tell
we
you.
can have the room. But for now, it's scheduled to be next Monday at noon. So we're going to check the best games of this week and last week for you guys.
Yeah,
And I'm
close
David. We have Jean-Benoit.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure.
We wish to see you next week.
See you next time.